video of what this series is going to look like. As you see, Vance Joseph is working on his computer, but I don't have time to tell you about that. Anyways, as you see in the description of this video, this is the first video that I'm commentating on of what if Denver kept Tim Tebow. With a question mark, this is going to be a 3-season event. It's not going to go any further. I might just do 2 seasons, let alone 3. I don't know how it's going to go out. So here's the deal. We're going to take a look at the roster, see who Tim Tebow has on this game. As for that, it's not updated. So Joe Flacco is a Baltimore Raven. Case Keenum is Tim Tebow's backup. We're going to take a look at the schedule. We're going to take a look at who Tim Tebow has. And then I'm going to show injury updates before I play the first game of the season. First game of the season most likely will be this coming up Sunday. I'm going to hop back on the Buffalo Bills franchise Wednesday, early Wednesday morning into late, kind of Wednesday afternoon. And then I'm going to go back to NASCAR a little bit, so I'm all caught up on everything. Tonight, guys, this is going to be just a short little video of what this series is going to look like, who's on this roster. A lot of people probably know who's on this roster already, but we're going to take a look at it. If you have an idea of who we might need, let me know. I'm willing to do a little trades here and there to try to get players that Tim Tebow might need in this game. As we go along here, guys, I am kind of trying to think if I just want to work with offense or if I want to work with both, offense and defense. I'm not really quite sure about that yet. I will let you guys know when Wednesday comes on the deciding factor for that one. But for this right now, guys, we are going to take a look at the schedule and see who we have this year. For last year for the Broncos, they're home against Seattle, home against the Raiders, 2 games at home against 2 interesting teams, especially Seattle. That Seattle game really looks interesting. The Raiders I'm not really quite sure with because this is John Gruden's first year back as coaching, so I don't know how that's going to go. The Ravens game, always a good one. It was in 2012, 2013 when the Ravens won that Hail Mary with Joe Flacco and won Super Bowl 47 with John Harbaugh. The Chiefs, that could be a good one. The Jets I'm not really quite sure about because this is not an updated roster like I said. This is the regular updated roster just with Tim Tebow on this roster. The Rams, that is going to be a great one. The Cardinals, I'm not quite sure about. Back to the Chiefs, guys. I'm just going to say this. I think this could be a very good series with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs could bring their A game. I definitely think the Chargers are going to bring their A game. Both games are going to be interesting for me to see. That Rams game I cannot wait to play because that's going to be another great one. Houston, at home against Houston. This could be another good one. Week 9, that could be another good one. So keep your eyes out for some of these games. Off week 10, our first time against the Chargers is in LA on week 11. That could be a good one. Steelers, like I said, this is not with an updated roster. This is actually with a normal roster with Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown as the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, with that being the factor, that could be a good one. The Bengals. Every time that the Broncos have faced the Cincinnati Bengals in the past years on Madden, I've always had good games having it go down to the wire between Dalton and Peyton Manning before Peyton Manning retired. So for that being the factor, that could be a good one. Now, for my coworker Josh Austin, I'm going to just tell you this right now. I think this could be a good one, but I think it's going to be a decent one, but I think we'll win that game against his team against the 49ers. Cleveland, without OBJ and Kareem Hunt, this game I think is going to be a difficult one, but I don't think it's going to be a very tough game. The Raiders again at Oakland on a Monday night, week 16. That is going to be another good one. I think that we'll beat the Raiders both times. I'm not going to sell myself short with this what-if series because I haven't used the Broncos since Madden 16, with Peyton Manning being his last year on that game. The very last game is Week 17, home against the LA Chargers. That could be another good one. And I honestly think the games against the Chargers, the Steelers, and my guess Houston and the Chiefs and the Rams and the Seahawks are going to be very good games. I'm not going to count out the Ravens at Baltimore whatsoever. For that, guys, you just saw the schedule for our team, for the Denver Broncos, for this what-up series. Now we're going to take a look at the roster and see who Tim Tebow has for this team. As you see, there's Tim Tebow. I am going to show you what he looks like. I did go by what everything is, so you guys all know. And as you see, I try to create him as much as I could as possible. But here's what he looks like. I gave him number 5 because that's actually his high school number, so I gave him number 5 instead of 15. Now, if you guys have a problem with me having 5 for him, I could change it to 15 if you so please. He came out of Florida. He is a lefty. He's 6'3", he's 233 pounds. I modified him so he's 25. He's not whatsoever his normal age. I wanted to make him a little bit younger just to see what would happen as a younger Tim Tebow. As for this, his equipment is nice. He has a visor like he had when he first went to Eagles training camp. His Vengeance 2 bar, Vengeance Pro. That's very nice. No face marks. I could do face marks if y'all want. Pad height's at 1. Pad size is at 0. His sleeves are sleeveless. He has no backplate. He has a flat jacket. He has a 1/4 sleeve team color, full sleeve team color on his right arm sleeve. As for that, he rocked white in Florida. There is pictures that I have on my Facebook. I have looked it up as well to see what he had. He had a white coach. He had a white coach band on his left wrist. As for that, his right wrist is taped wrist normal black. He has no gloves. That could change come winter time because you know how cold it gets in Denver. For that, he has a hand warmer, he has towels, he has the normal thigh pads, he has no tape whatsoever. His socks are low. He has the Nike Vapor Untouchable Pro 3s. That's what Tim Tebow looks like. As for this, it's a generic throwing pass. This is what his overall ratings look like. I try to get him decently enough where he is going to be in the mid-80s. As you see, guys, I'm not really good with making custom players. I can do myself really well, but when it comes to other players, I cannot really do it. Now, development, he's going to develop quick. Penalties are normal, so it's not going to be that bad. For his contract, he has a 5-year contract as a custom player. As his total salary, he has $1.5 million. For his signing bonus, he has $20.75 million as a signing bonus for that 5 years. But like I said, guys, I'm not going to run a 5-year course on this team. That is what Tim Tebow looks like. As you see, Case Keenum as his backup, Kevin Hogan is Case Keenum's backup. Running backs, we have Phillip Lindsay, Royce Freeman, Devontae Brooker. I did not know how to say that fullback's last name, so I'm sorry for that. As you see, guys, here's our wide receivers. He has Emmanuel Sanders, Cortland Sutton, Andre Holmes, Deshaun Hamilton, and Jordan Taylor. For that being the factors, guys, Cortland Sutton is huge, so he's going to be a good pickup for him. Now, for this being the factors, Emmanuel Sanders, it was good for not Tim Tebow, I should say Peyton Manning for a year or 2 years, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was a year. I'm not really quite sure. For tight ends, Jake Butt, he was really good at Michigan. We also have these guys. If you take a look at them, I'm not going to pronounce the names because some of them are really difficult. Here's our line. Our line might need to get some little bit rehabilitation at the end of year 1 because a lot of them are getting up there in age. So with this guy, he has 8 years experience, but he's a 76 overall guy. This guy, he's a 73, he has 2 years experience. I'm not thrilled with it. And we have our center that is huge at 88 overall, so we're going to rock with him. But with the rest of them, low 80s to upper 80s. As for defense, Derek Wolf, he's dangerous on the edge. He's awesome. At right end, I'm not really quite sure who either one of these guys are. At nose tackle, Henko Sr., Shelby Harrison. At linebacker, of course, your favorite guy, Von Miller. He's a great player. This is what I made to do with a blitz 3-4 package. I believe it's 3-4. Von Miller's nasty at 3-4. Shane Ray is Von Miller's backup. Middle linebacker, we got Todd Davis, Brendan Marshall, and here's your other two backups for the Denver Broncos middle linebacking core. Bradley Chubb is on the other side of this situation. Now, Bradley Chubb, this is his rookie year. This could be a good one with Bradley Chubb as an edge rusher. For that being the fact, we got Shaquille Barrett, and then we got this guy that is Shaquille Barrett's backup. At corner, we're definitely going to need some help at corner. Chris Harris Jr. is not getting any younger. This is his 7th year in the league on this game. He's not getting any younger. We're going to have to look at him at a corner later on as we go along. Bradley Roby is, in my opinion, was a bust for the Denver Broncos. I'm really not quite sure if this man is even still with this team, but if he is, congratulations to him. He's lasted this long, but I do not see this happening very, very quickly. Tremaine Brock Sr., he's another one. He's getting up there in age. He's 8 years experience. We're going to have to look for a little younger corners besides Chris Harris Jr. Now, here's another thing, guys. Safety, Justin Simmons, he's perfect, but we need another guy that's going to be able to be back there and work the show. Darren Stewart has been around. He's another guy that's not getting any younger. He's been in the league for 8 years. So for that being the factors, we are going to definitely need some help on defense. Our offensive line is going to need some rebuilding. Brandon McManus, he already got re-signed in real life, so we have him. He's a great kicker. I like this guy. We're not going to mess around with kickers or punters. As you see for this, guys, here's the practice squad, guys, right here. If you think it's a good idea, let me know if you want me to screw around with these guys, make fake characters or whatever. I'm more than willing to do anything you want me to do, for that being the factors. Now, for the best guy is Von Miller. Von Miller's a 98 overall, so he's your best guy. As you see for that, that's what that looks like, guys, for our roster. The last thing I'm going to go to, guys, is our injury report and see who is injured from preseason. Denver doesn't have anyone. Browns don't have anyone. Buccaneers don't have anyone. So far, so good. Before the first week of the season, usually there is someone that gets hurt before the first week of the season in preseason, but it does not look like nobody is injured yet, which is very, very surprising. No, actually, Josh Gordon, how about that? He's out for the whole season. He's on IR with a torn pectoral with the Patriots. The Raiders have Martavis Bryant that's out for the whole season. The Rams don't have nobody. The Ravens don't have nobody. The Skins have Reuben Foster that's out for 18 weeks. He's basically placed on IR. For that, Des Bryant is out for the whole season with Achilles tear. Cam Chancellor is out for the whole season with a fractured hip. Le'Veon Bell is placed on IR. It looks like that's what it is. That's what I want to say it says. With a compound foot fracture, I'm not quite sure if that is. I will let you know as we go on to play this game. Ryan Shazier is out with a broken tailbone for 17 weeks, which that makes total sense because he had a back injury in real life. As you look at everybody else, the Bears, Zach Miller, fractured kneecap, he's done for the rest of the season. The Bengals have nobody. The Bills have nobody. We're back to the Broncos. So far, so good with a lot of teams. A lot of players are losing. A lot of teams are losing a lot of key players so far, which is not a good thing for this close to the season. But as we look ahead, guys, you saw the schedule. You saw what it looks like. Now, guys, I will let you know by Wednesday if I am going to work with just the offense and simulate the defense, or if I will work with both. If you want me to work with both, hit me up in the comment section below. Give me some ideas if you guys want me to do that. As well, for this, guys, it's 5-minute quarters, and I turn the cap salary off. It actually helps me, because in real life, I'm terrible at budgeting money. So I don't want to make this team go in the red. Plus, I want to help Tebow out for either this two-season event or this 3-season event. My goal is to see if we can get to the playoffs first year. Second year is trying to get him to win the division. Possibly try to get him to make it to making it to the AFC Championship game. The last one is to try to win the Super Bowl with Vance Joseph and walk away with hoisting another trophy for Tim Tebow. For that, guys, that's it for now. I'm your boy GamerBoy93. My next video is going to be up in a few short minutes. For now, guys, this is it for this first video and this first clip. Be on the lookout tomorrow for a little NASCAR Heat stream and a little Buffalo Bills franchise. I actually might surprise you and play this early tomorrow evening. I might. No promises, no guarantees, guys. That is it for now. I'm your boy GamerBoy93. Like I said, check out my next video. It's going to be NASCAR Heat 3. There is going to be more commentating to come. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Smash that like button if you like this video. Let me know in the comment section if you guys want me to play both offense and defense. It does not offend me what you think. This is just a little what if series that I follow. I follow a guy named Miles Dawkins 24/7 Productions. Follow this guy, subscribe to this guy's channel. This is where I get my ideas from Madden. This is also where I get the idea of playing Madden, but he does a little bit shake and bake with excuse me, he also does a little shake and bake with basketball. He also does through the years with football and basketball players. So for that, guys, go check his channel out, and you'll totally get the gist of why I'm doing this. And for my guys that at work, you guys are awesome to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to work my ass off to get you guys to hit that little bell on your phones to fully subscribe to my channel. For that, guys, that's it for now. Like I said, I'll see you in my next video, which is going to be 2 minutes away, but I just wanted to show you guys what this is going to look like, what Tim Tebow's stats what Tim Tebow looks like, because I don't know if you guys wanted to see that or not, but like I said, this might be a little surprise. I might start this a little earlier in the week instead of Sunday. I'm not really quite sure, but that's it for now for this first video of Season 1, Episode 1 of What If Denver Kept Tim Tebow. That's it, guys. I'm your boy GamerBoy93. I will see you all next time. Peace.